Bobby the Bearded Kid. How are you?
Hello.
How are
I'm
you?
doing well, Jeff. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. It's been a minute.
It has. It's been five ever.
Your music, your podcast, everything going pretty great?
Yeah. Yeah. The podcast has been probably, I don't know, surprisingly enough, the most effort that I've put in, which is kind of sad because music is like here for me. But like professional wrestling is so close. But it's also a lot of hours. Because I mean, I'm talking about Raw, Dynamite, SmackDown. So I'm watching like 7, 8 hours of wrestling content. And then I'm
Right.
talking about it. So it's just a lot of time.
And you're doing AEW too.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I've actually been enjoying AEW, and I'm sure that I will have some AEW content over here on my channel eventually. For you
Oh, yeah.
guys watching, this is going to be our potential spoilers, our rumors, and bold predictions for the 2021 Royal Rumble. It's that time of year again. We're on the road to WrestleMania. WWE is kicking in gear. It's been
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. How are you enjoying the WWE product thus far this year?
Bro, so WWE has absolutely impressed me so much during this like quarantine era of professional wrestling because I was so worried. I was like, I don't know what WWE is going to do because they're used to like packed houses, and I have been so impressed with how creative that they've been during this whole thing. And it's weird because last year's Royal Rumble, that was like the last pay per view we got before
Right.
things hit the fan, and I'm really curious to see what they do for this year's Rumble, but more importantly, WWE has been like top tier here lately. It's been really, really nice. Just a lot of like U turns that I didn't see. The Roman Reigns heel turn, like, what do you like?
I,
That's insane.
I myself seen the heel turn coming. I didn't expect the Paul Heyman added.
Yes.
That's what blew my mind. And I think that's where they actually did something good for him
Mm-hmm.
because Roman can talk to a certain extent,
Yeah.
but I feel like him having the mouthpiece that is Paul Heyman elevates his character.
Oh yeah, 100%. One of my biggest problems with Roman Reigns back in the day was his, just his inability to speak. He was a man of little words. And if you don't have too many words to say, the actions that you try to back those words up with don't really connect with me.
Right.
So for Paul Heyman to kind of come in his mouthpiece is really smart. But also, every week Roman seems to be getting better and better at talking. But and this dude,
Yeah.
man, he was made to be a heel. This is what he should have been all along. It's been mind boggling for me to see this. He's so good at it.
And it fits because with Usos, the whole storyline there has literally helped him.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
100%.
like I'm actually enjoying the feud with Kevin Owens.
Oh yeah, I love it.
And actually, we can go ahead and go into that. We got Reigns versus Owens on the card for the Universal Championship.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the one thing that I would like to say is, and I think there's a lot of people who are kind of bummed that we weren't going to see Adam Pierce versus Roman Reigns,
Yeah,
because despite popular belief, Adam Pierce is a phenomenal
he
professional wrestler.
is. He
Yeah,
really
dude, Strap
is.
Daddy.
And
Like I
but
told people on my podcast, I was like, go back and watch some of his stuff on YouTube. The man's fantastic.
he's wrestled with some of the best.
Yeah, Daniel
Like
Bryan, CM Punk.
so I could only imagine that he would be able to put on a show. My
Oh yeah,
problem my problem is with that is we know how booking is with WWE.
yes,
So
100%.
I feel like they would have booked that to where Pierce just gets beat down.
Yes, I think what would have happened was we probably would have seen Pierce get like maybe a small handful of offense in that made people go, "Wow, look what Pierce can do." But then Roman just would have annihilated. And I
Right.
love the U-turn with Kevin Owens. When Adam
Oh
Pierce said,
yeah.
"I've been waiting all night for you to do that," and then Kevin Owens came out, I was like, "He's back. Let's go."
Now see, there was already rumors that that was going to happen, and
Hmm.
Kevin, of course, Kevin Owens was already rumored to be one of the two. It was either going to be him or Shinsuke.
Yeah,
Okay, and I do feel like Shinsuke would have been a little fresh, would have been more
yeah,
fresh for the viewers.
I
But
agree.
I also feel like Kevin, in my opinion, I like Shinsuke. the booking for him in WWE has been less than par. So I feel
Yes.
like Kevin Owens is literally the better option, especially for a pay
Oh
per
yeah,
view.
for sure.
Like you're looking at the first pay per view of the year. This is what literally gets you pumped up for WrestleMania, so it has to be good. And we
Yeah,
know
and
how
I think
Kevin,
Kevin Owens he's a workhorse.
he really is, and we know how he is in these types of
Yeah.
matches.
Yeah, 100%. He's going to absolutely deliver.
So I'm seeing. I'm going. My prediction here is I think Reigns will win, but it's going to be a 4-star match.
Oh, okay. I can agree. Well, I can't say that I agree because I actually it's weird because I can't see them taking the title off. I think Roman's going to hold the title for a long time. But there is a part of me that wants to see Kevin take it off of him just for a bit so Roman can maybe win it back at Mania.
Well, I don't want to. Okay, so that's in with the rumors part two that I've got all my notes here.
Yeah.
so so you're
And see,
saying
I say that. Go ahead.
you think that they should follow the way they did with McIntyre and Orton
A little.
a little?
And the reason I say this is because okay, I really don't. I'd hate to skip ahead, but I feel like they're going to give us Roman versus Goldberg at WrestleMania. And if I can deter that from ever happening, and we can see Roman versus Kevin at Mania, I'd be all about it.
So I'm going to lean more towards the rumors on here, and I guess we could go into the rumors a little bit right here because I was just going to handle like the two match card first before we handle the Rumble. But my first bold prediction for the Rumble pay per view: The Rock is going to return. WWE has struggled with ratings over the last year. Of course, I know with COVID and stuff like that, dude, WWE stocks have been down. Like they got cheap enough to
Yeah.
where I was actually able to buy some.
Oh
So
snap!
uh, in that, they're looking for ways to boost their ratings, and we already know that The Rock has said that he would job or put Roman Reigns over.
Oh yeah,
So I'm
100%. And
thinking that either at the end of the Universal Championship match, or at some time during the Rumble, which Rock could win it because he's only won it once,
yeah,
and usually two's max. I don't foresee them giving anybody anytime soon a third victory in the Rumble
yeah,
because that's literally for the likes of literally like Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels. I mean,
yeah.
um, but The Rock is up there, and if you
Well,
want,
finish your
and
thought.
with yeah, with part timers, yeah, I have this thing with part timers. Like, yes, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. There is a such thing as too much. But I also feel
Yes.
like if they're looking for ways to boost the ratings, a Rock
Hmm.
return right now to set up Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania. You want money? That's
Yeah.
money.
See, and for me, that's because last year at WrestleMania they wanted to do Roman versus Goldberg, which is
Yeah.
why they made the Fiend, basically lose to Goldberg, and then Roman fell out, and he was like, "I'm not going to be there this year," and everything kind of got scattered. So I'm worried that they're going to pick that up and blow it off and give us that again. But I would much rather see Roman. I mean, Roman Reigns versus The Rock, dude. A heel Roman Reigns versus The Rock could be like
Yes.
match of the century
And
if it's
Roman
done
Roman
correctly.
is a workhorse to some
Oh yeah,
extent, and I feel like the match could not be one of those fast paced matches. I think it would have to be one of those literally brutal, hard hitting type matches.
yeah. And one thing that I've liked about Roman's heel turn is this new thing that he does during his matches. Because, people talk about Randy Orton being like slow and methodical, but like for me, it's always been like boring and boring. Roman has really fine tuned what it means to give you a slow, methodical match, but you can't look away. You have to watch the entire time because he's so like backhandedly menacing. And when he talks during his matches and just like runs his mouth, it's top tier. So if he could do that to The Rock, it'd be amazing.
I would say honestly, right now he's top 5 heel
Oh
in
yeah,
wrestling
dude.
altogether. Wrestling altogether
Yeah,
right now
yeah.
for what
All
we've
of
got.
wrestling.
All
Because
right.
of all of this discussion, I'm going to change, and I'm going to say that Roman Reigns is going to win at the Royal Rumble 2020.
Okay, so that'll bring us to our second match: Goldberg versus McIntyre. You mentioned Goldberg. Now, I feel like McIntyre and Lesnar gave us exactly the type of match it needed to be.
Yes.
I like some people said it was boring. I did not think it was boring. It was long enough, but it wasn't. How can I put this? It wasn't too short, but it wasn't too long.
Yeah, it was like the sweet spot of what a match between them two should look like.
And with as hard hitting as it was, you're literally like, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? And they did. They put him over, and it literally looked like Lesnar enjoyed putting him over.
Yeah, and see, I don't know. This is one of the things that I saw a couple of weeks before that, during their program, like the build up to Mania. There was a moment where Brock was at the top of the ramp and he was celebrating, and Drew came out of nowhere and Claymore kicked him.
Yeah.
And you could hear Brock Lesnar on the ground going, pick up the belt, pick up the belt. Because he wanted Drew to look like he was going to dominate.
And that was exactly what we needed. So now they give us the other big guy from the history of wrestling, or from at least from WWE and WCW, and Goldberg. And Goldberg is notorious for long matches being terrible.
Yes.
So,
and like I can't really. It's weird because 4 years ago, I would have said I can't see Goldberg beating Drew McIntyre. But after they let Goldberg beat the Fiend in Saudi Arabia, I was baffled. I was like, I cannot believe they just did that.
Oh, I was mad.
So yeah, dude, the internet was mad.
Like
It
I
was
literally think
insane.
I literally think that was the worst booking that I have seen from WWE in, I can't say years, because they've had some pretty poor booking over the last 5 years.
Yeah. And see, look at the booking in the last 5 years of WWE that's been bad. Goldberg's name is attached to several of them. The Undertaker versus Goldberg at Saudi Arabia, train wreck. The Fiend versus Goldberg in Saudi Arabia, awful. Goldberg's legacy was like up here when he for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And because of this need for WWE to and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's WWE just wanting to make money off of him or if it's Goldberg putting his foot down and saying, I'm not losing this match. But that is almost tarnishing his legacy. The last good Goldberg moment we had was when he beat Brock Lesnar in 1:26, which was perfect. And then he took the loss to Brock Lesnar to lose the title.
In a very short amount of time, too.
Yeah, exactly. So going into this match, Goldberg versus Drew McIntyre, the logical part of me is Drew's got to win this. He's the biggest babyface champion they've had in a long time, and he is killing it. But there's that fear. They did it to the Fiend. They could maybe do it to Drew.
And this is honestly, when it comes to championship matches, most of them you can call.
Yeah, 100%.
Occasionally they'll throw you a swerve, and there's some matches that are a little difficult to call. But when it comes to this match, you're literally down to, okay, is this going to be good booking WWE or terrible booking for WWE? So
yeah, and you also have, and they also keep talking about Goldberg never holding the WWE Championship, which is also making me nervous.
Because it gives them a reason to give it to
put it on him,
just to pull it back off of him at Mania.
Yeah, this is a really hard prediction for me to call because WWE has instilled in my heart that Drew McIntyre is going to win.
Yeah.
But at the exact same time, they've also instilled in my brain that Goldberg could potentially do it. And
because of the way they do, because of the way they've booked him.
Yeah, exactly. Now, for me, the big question is who's the face, who's the heel? Because to me, they almost tried to convey that they wanted Drew to be the heel and they wanted Goldberg to be the face. But it almost backfired because that doesn't make sense. So, in my opinion, if Goldberg in the next couple of weeks could act as a heel, maybe it would lighten the blow that would be him winning the championship.
Right, instead of just making it you
Yeah.
don't know who's who. So sidebar on this one, because I really don't know how to. I'm gonna say McIntyre because they very rarely, if you look back in the last few years, it's hard for them to change titles at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Okay, it's usually I've seen them change it at Elimination Chamber in between,
Oh yes. Yeah.
but usually at the Rumble they don't change hands. But
That's a really good point. Yeah.
but they could throw as the swerve and actually let this one switch hands.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also got the Elimination Chamber too coming up.
Yeah, very true. Do you think they'll put Goldberg in the Elimination Chamber?
I don't know. That's very hard because it's like McIntyre you could put into the chamber.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Goldberg, like don't get me wrong, the man's in shape. At
Oh
least
yeah,
he at least he looks it.
Yeah.
Okay, especially for his age.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he could take some of the blows that the chamber is known for.
Yeah. Plus, he'd have to live up to that one chamber match he had back in the day when he completely decimated everybody.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, who was it? He kicked his way out of the pod and then speared Jericho through it. Like he'd have to
Yeah.
live up to that. So, and I don't know if he could now.
Because
Man, this is a hard prediction. This
it
has me
really
stressed.
is. I really, this was literally the only one that I was having. Like, I've got a couple picks for the Royal Rumble winner because we know that you don't even know who's going to be completely in it. You don't know where
Yeah.
they're entering. You don't know how they're going to book them. So I do, and I actually got some betting lines for you too on that too that we'll go over.
Okay.
So this one I really don't know how to call, but I do want to say McIntyre.
Yeah, for the sake of the mask that I'm wearing on my face, I'm saying McIntyre.
Yeah. Okay, so tangent on that one before we go into the Rumble matches because we got two of those to cover. After Goldberg's appearance, Retribution started tweeting. So I don't know if you've seen this.
I actually didn't.
Yeah, so Retribution, Mustafa, and one of the other ones, I can't remember which one it was. They literally asked their fans if they wanted them to take out Oldberg. And, and Twitter and other people, they started going crazy, like, yes, please, because it would be hilarious. That would literally, in all honesty, to save the whole Retribution storyline from being as terrible as it has been for most of the time.
Yeah.
Because you've got great talent in the faction.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's just
they've done it so.
It's been very poorly written.
Yeah, for me, it's been backwards. So they introduce Retribution, and things look really great, and then it's been a roller coaster ride of emotions. Like one week I'm like, this is great, and then the next week I'm like, this is not good. And to me, it just seems like they should have done everything like this because the buildup would make more sense.
Right.
Retribution for me has almost become like laughable, but I feel like there's more people who dislike Goldberg more than they dislike Retribution.
Right.
So Retribution could probably put a good foot in the door if they just take out the old man.
Right, and in all honesty, that would probably save their faction. See, what they did wrong is they tried to do the whole two factions showing up at once. And this hardly ever works. Okay? Yes, back in, 2013, 2014, they did it with S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Wyatts.
Yes.
But that was also only doing 3 people at a time. These factions have, one faction has 4, and the other one's got, 5, 6?
Yeah.
So you're trying to build 2 factions at once, and they did the 2 factions against each other way too soon.
Yes, exactly.
And that literally has pretty much, in my opinion, killed off all the steam for Retribution.
Yeah, my buddy Joe, because he and I talk wrestling all the time, and we were talking about Retribution, and he said something that made a lot of sense. because in the beginning, Retribution was like this anarchist, like anti WWE, anti establishment stable. If that's the case, it it seems weird for them to be in the ring having matches where they have to follow rules.
Right.
Why would you sign a contract with this company that you're trying to like burn down to the ground? And it
Right.
just kind of sucked the life out of it.
They could have kept. They could have intertwined. I think that's. I think they started to do that because that's when Raw Underground started too.
Oh yeah.
So I think they were trying to intertwine, but then they just kind of like did the whole veer off thing, and it just completely just went. See, I almost quit watching for a little bit because of that stuff.
Yeah, Raw Underground was terrible.
Because like you could have built some of your characters up,
Oh yeah, 100%.
and it just literally looked like a mess.
Yeah, and that's another weird thing to me about Retribution because we know who they are under the masks,
Yeah.
and we know how good they are. Dude,
Yep.
Dominic Dijakovic is incredible in the ring.
Oh, I watched the
So it's
match. What was it with him and I want to say Keith Lee?
dude,
Like,
insane.
like they, it was literally one of the better matches that I've seen in the last few years. And
Yeah.
the, I also don't like how the styles of matches they got when they were in like, even NXT, the styles of matches were so much different.
Yeah.
And I feel like WWE needs to be like, okay, these matches over here are working. These
Hmm.
matches not so much. Let's let up the reins over here on these matches to
Yeah.
see if that helps boost ratings and stuff like that.
And see, another thing about Retribution is if they wanted to convey to us that Retribution is this big bad stable that we're supposed to take seriously, they haven't set foot on a single pay-per-view since their fruition.
No.
Like they didn't attack anybody, they didn't try to take out the Performance Center, the Thunderdome, nothing. And like it just makes me know, like I know for a fact that they're probably not going to do anything at the except maybe be in the match. And they'll probably get
Yeah.
tossed out.
I see.
So
I see them being in a match. I do not see them doing much in it.
yeah, being a threat.
So, let's go into the rumbles. Let's start with the women's rumble. I
All
don't
right.
think I copied down any. No, I don't have any betting lines for the women's rumble. I do have rumors though.
Okay.
So let's start with potential returns.
I have one and only one written down.
I have three.
Okay. I'll do
One,
my one and then
yeah, go ahead.
I'll do my one because I think A, it's obvious, and B, it's huge, and C, it's Becky Lynch.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
I did have that on the return. Yeah, actually, I had two returns. I have three surprise entrants, is what I had.
Dang, three?
Yeah, three surprise entrances for the women's rumble.
Dang, you put a lot more thought into this than I did.
Well, it's a pay per view, and literally, like, when I'm sitting there watching it, especially being where I'm at now, I'm watching them by myself. So
Yeah.
it literally lets me sit here and just think, oh, well,
Yeah.
and I can see certain storylines playing out and stuff like that. And I think I've gotten a little bit better at calling matches. So I do think Becky
Nice.
Lynch is going to return.
Oh, yeah.
They're wanting ratings, so I think the other return is going to be Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
Okay. Even if it's just a one off.
Yeah.
Because we
See,
don't
that's
know.
another thing that.
Because we've heard her say that literally the only problem she had with being a full time superstar was the traveling.
Yeah.
That's literally because she said that she just didn't, she was always hurting, she was always tired.
Mhm.
So I feel like if it was just like I think she's going to be more of a part timer, if anything,
Yeah.
if she does come back. But it is rumored that she will return, and I think this would be a good spot for her return.
Yeah. Because I mean, that's is where it was WrestleMania that Ronda Rousey debuted, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And then she hasn't won a Rumble, has she? No.
No.
She was in one though, correct?
Right.
Oh yeah. So I can see that. And it's for me too, it's a matter of like the singles
See.
division. for females over on SmackDown has been really nice, but Raw has been a little lackluster. So maybe bringing Becky Lynch in to kind of like be a full timer over on Raw would be great. But I would also Ronda Rousey potentially come in and maybe be a part timer for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
I could
Two
see
birds,
that.
one stone.
I could see
Yeah.
that. But they're not really. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I know their ratings on Raw have been down. I didn't really check SmackDowns.
SmackDown's been pretty solid lately, apparently. So
I know NXT has been.
yeah, NXT has been a roller coaster. Raw's been more of a scary roller coaster, and then SmackDown's been pretty steady. So
That's returns. So do you have any surprise entrants for the women?
what I have is I have kind of two to fill this spot. I have like debut / surprise entrants, but then I also have, and I don't like to call it this anymore because now I look at NXT as like the same level. But I
Yeah.
have like the call up.
Okay. So you've got a call up, but you don't have.
Yeah,
Okay. We probably are thinking about the same call up.
my call up is Rhea Ripley.
Yep, that was mine too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I think it's her time because Triple H has stated that he kind of feels like they biffed with Rhea Ripley when they tried to bring her up there a while back. And I feel like they could maybe do better with her because Rhea Ripley is insane
Yeah, she is.
as she's crazy good. And like I think she might like she is, in my opinion, like the future of the women's division. So I really wanted to pop up in the Rumble and just like bust heads.
So I do have that as a call up, and that's actually in one of the because I don't have the betting lines and stuff for it. Because I don't know if you're aware of this, but there is betting lines for Rumble. And
Really?
it's insane. They actually have percentages and stuff like that. It's like a whole thing. And
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so, and I've got statistics for the male. I didn't write them down for the female, but Rhea is actually the number 2 choice to win the Rumble.
She's also like it was really hard for me to like think about this, but Rhea Ripley, what I've been saying is if Rhea Ripley is in the Rumble, she's going to win it.
She's
That's what I've been saying. But I have another person I want to talk about as we get into that Royal
okay.
Rumble prediction winner.
So for surprise entrance, okay, we know that Undertaker is officially retired, but I
Yeah.
do think that his wife will be a surprise entrance. Something tells me just with the as crazy as the whole last year been, I think she would be a perfect surprise entrance.
Yeah, I
Another
agree with that.
another one I think would be Kelly Kelly,
Yes.
because I don't know if you've seen Kelly Kelly here lately, but Kelly Kelly is in better shape now than
Yes.
when she was in WWE. The third surprise entrance, which she has actually said that she actually wants to come and do a whole program with Sasha Banks, and that would be Trish Stratus.
Yeah, I think those three are I think Trish Stratus more than any of them is going to potentially pop up in the Rumble because I saw where she said that. And I guess for me, I would just I'm not the biggest fan of Sasha Banks. I
You're
think she's
not?
good. Yeah, I like it's weird, and I've had people like yell at me for this, but like Sasha Banks for me is like, and I don't know what it is. I've been trying to figure it out for like 8 months. She's like missing something for me that I can't put her like on this big pedestal. But I think if Trish Stratus were to come in and maybe pass the torch to her and maybe teach her a little bit of things, I think she would like Sasha Banks has always reminded me of like the female John Cena. And I think she could get there. Yeah, I know,
No,
bold, right?
no. Bailey,
It's the ring. It's the
Bailey,
ring.
Bailey is more like John Cena. She's more like the
Yeah.
female John Cena. See, I don't like Bailey.
See, I love Bailey.
See, I don't like. It's something about her in ring stuff that I just now when she's done stuff with like Sasha and a couple other people, I've enjoyed it. But her as a character, her as no, I like her better as a heel,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I still feel like she's struggling with this, with the talking, with the mic.
yeah.
Okay,
100%. I agree.
it's I hate hearing her speak.
See,
Like
for me, I hate hearing Sasha Banks laugh. she, she, she sounds like that kid from a Goofy movie who squirts the cheese in his hand. She goes, ha 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 ha. It's weird.
so, I do feel like Sasha is better on the mic,
Oh yeah, 100%.
and I feel like Sasha is better in the ring. But I understand that when you say something is missing, I still feel like her character is not completely there yet.
Yeah, and I think
But
she's got to get there and
but I
insert Trish Stratus.
but I do prefer watching her over Bailey. I don't know what it is. It's just, and I'm sure anybody that watches this that hears that will probably roast me in the comments. Oh my God, Bailey's the best. But you know what? I don't care. Bailey is not.
Yeah,
But yes, if Trish Stratus came in and done a whole program with Sasha, I think it would draw ratings in, not only from the old school people, but people would be like, oh, new matches, new material, new, it's something fresh.
yeah, 100%. So are those the only
For
like debuts that you
well,
have?
I've got a very bold prediction. Once we go over
It's
this,
probably the, it's
uh,
probably the same as mine.
well, I mentioned it to you before. Okay, about my very bold prediction. But let's go over. I didn't get the actual betting lines, but I did get the three people rumored to win the Rumble. We already
Okay.
touched on one in Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
Huge call up. Of course, we know there's going to be one or two other NXT stars coming up to be in the Rumble. But Rhea Ripley is currently the number two most betted on to win the Rumble. And she also has the
Uh-huh.
highest percentage to win for the betting lines.
Nice.
So we'll touch on number three, and then we'll touch on number one, and then we'll go into bold prediction.
All right.
Number three, the person voted number three and who has the third highest percent to win, Alexa Bliss.
Yes.
And which, granted, at this point in time, she could win it, she could lose it. It doesn't matter. Her character, in my opinion, the best thing that WWE has done is the Fiend and Alexa Bliss in
Yes.
months.
I 100% agree with what you are saying. And it's it's like I've been saying this about Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has put himself in a place where no matter what happens, he's good. And I feel like that's what's going on with Alexa Bliss. Like
And,
it doesn't matter if she wins or loses, it's just she has become just as much this new character as Bray Wyatt has become the Fiend.
yeah,
And
and,
I
and
would
it's
love to see Alexa win, but if she doesn't, I think it's still going to be great.
and it's over. Like her
Yeah,
whole
exactly.
like and I know people were talking about it before. Oh, they picked the wrong person to do this.
No,
I
no.
don't think they did. Like I've seen the comments and stuff like that. And I see
Hmm.
people. Oh, this stuff is stupid. No, it's not. Pay attention to what they're doing. They have
Yes,
literally done a long term. This is something that AEW has been doing too. Is long term storytelling.
long term storytelling.
And in my opinion, there's only these two and Roman that they're doing this with in WWE.
Yes.
And but I do still feel like Bray and Alexa has the better characters.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, and I know
I
she's
mean,
the
I don't
third.
want to be biased or anything.
I know she's the third voted, but I do feel like regardless if she gets eliminated or not, her character is not going to be hurt.
No, not at all. Doesn't
And
matter.
so, and the beauty thing is even if she does lose, it doesn't mean she won't go to WrestleMania. There's still two women's belts,
Yeah,
technically
exactly.
three.
Yeah, I actually have kind of a crazy prediction for Alexa Bliss's placement in the Rumble. Like, because I don't think Alexa will be eliminated in the standard way. I actually think that she's going to be kind of abducted by the Fiend. Like the lights are going to go out, and then Alexa's just going to be gone, and everybody's going to be like, "What has happened?" That way, she's not eliminated, but this story continues.
And if they wanted to win it towards the middle of the Rumble, have that happen, and then at the end of the Rumble, during when there's like 2 left, have her show
She
back up
comes back.
in the new blacked out lipstick and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And honestly, either way would work.
Yeah, exactly.
So number 1 pick for all the betting lines and stuff like that, Bianca Belair.
Bianca freaking Belair.
The EST.
Yeah. That is what I've been saying, because my big sentence for this whole discussion that I had planned in my head was Bianca Belair is going to win the Royal Rumble unless Rhea Ripley is in it. But that's just me being like a huge Rhea Ripley fan.
And the betting lines and stuff, they were really close.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So those are the 2 picks, and so that brings us to the prediction. Who do you think is going to win it? One person.
Bianca Belair.
Same.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Bianca Belair. She has been incredible since coming to the main roster. She was incredible in NXT. She had a fantastic showing last year in the Rumble.
She puts on
it's
good
almost
matches.
destiny.
She is not boring to watch.
Nope. She's insanely athletic. And I think the reason I like watching Bianca wrestle so much is because she reminds me of those female superstars that I love to watch wrestle, but like didn't get there for some reason, like Naomi. Like phenomenal in the ring, but for some reason has never been like pushed to the moon. But I feel like they could push Bianca to the moon.
They could.
Yeah.
And a Rumble match. Only thing is, though, is who would she challenge at Mania?
I mean, I'd love to see her challenge Sasha Banks. I think that would be really nice. But I'm also kind of afraid that it's going to end up being like her and Bayley. I don't know why.
Because they're doing that whole feud setup.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that ding dong thing on SmackDown was absolute garbage.
Firefly Funhouse ripoff.
Pretty much. Okay, so bold prediction for the Women's Royal Rumble. In a surefire way that WWE could just blow the roof off and like freak everybody out. Are you ready for this?
Hit it up.
Debut of Tessa Blanchard.
Yes, that is literally what I wrote down.
Like, I don't know how many people realize Tessa's been out of the ring for what, a year now?
Yeah.
Going on a year. She's able to compete. You know she puts on good matches. We've seen her put on matches with dudes.
Yes.
And it still looks phenomenal. She's just great.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, a dream match would literally be freaking Becky Lynch, Tessa Blanchard, and Rhea Ripley in a triple threat. Like,
crazy.
Insane. WWE wants ratings. That's my bold prediction.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. They may steer clear of her, but if they don't pick her up, AEW or somebody like that's going to pick her up.
Yeah, exactly.
And we all know how WWE is right now with pulling certain people to keep them from the competition.
Yeah, exactly. And Tessa, in my opinion, could be, how do I say this? She could almost be like Charlotte if they booked her correctly because of her father. Now, they're never going to mention her father, obviously, because he's picking it right now in AEW.
They still can mention it.
True. Yeah, they could bring up Tully.
They do it with other people, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Sometimes you got to blur the lines.
Yeah, you have to. And I mean, look at the documentaries on like the network and stuff like that. They're even referencing Impact and TNA and all sorts of other. Evolve. It's everywhere now. Everybody's blurring the lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? I think the female Royal Rumble needs one of those big moments.
They really do.
Because we've had so many of them from the men's. We were all there for AJ Styles debuting. It was bananas. Yeah. It was crazy. And I think WWE needs something like that, and I think Tessa could do that.
Tessa's about the. I mean, I'm sure there's others, but in terms of like name value, she's the biggest that they could get for the women's rumble
Yeah,
at this point.
yeah, 100%.
All right. So that brings us to the men's Royal Rumble. See, I don't know all the. I know that they really haven't announced everybody. I think there's the Intercontinental Champion on the card too.
Yeah.
But I honestly think Big E will come away with that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So we won't go into too details. So let me just read you off some of these betting lines.
Okay.
So the number one for odds picked for the betting places, they have Shinsuke Nakamura at a 19% chance at a 50-1 odds to win the Royal Rumble.
Wow.
I don't know why, but they may know something. These people may know something we don't.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
really crazy.
The next one up would be Daniel Bryan at a 5-4 odds.
Ooh,
So
interesting.
he's I think Daniel Bryan has the highest at 44%.
Nice.
Followed by Shinsuke, if I'm not mistaken. Another one they have on here that a lot of people, it's actually got one of the ones that has the most percent. They have 9% of the votes by people betting, and that is Tyson Fury.
Really?
It's insane what these betting lines have. I've got more. Okay, they have Keith Lee at a 9-2 with an 18% chance to win. 6% of the bets are coming in for Keith Lee.
Nice.
They have Big E at 8-1, 11.1 chance to win. Only 4% of the bets are coming in on him.
Huh.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh my God.
8-1, same as Big E, but 6% of the bets are coming in on him. Edge has a 10-1 with a 9.1 chance with 2% of the bets. Yeah, I read those. So some of the surprise ones we've already mentioned. The Rock.
Yes.
They actually have on this site. They have on the sites. They have The Rock placed at a 20-1, 4.8% chance to win, and 3% of the votes or bets are coming in for him.
Wow.
Okay, so for surprise entrance number 2, because we've already mentioned The Rock, I have Cena.
I could see that happening.
Cena did not show up on a single episode of Raw last year. His first time in years. Okay, he showed up on what, 1 or 2 episodes of SmackDown?
Mm-hmm.
So they have Cena at 33-1 chance, 33/1 odds, 2.9% chance, and he has a massive 5% bet line in.
Wow. That is insane. I honestly would probably say that if Cena's in the Rumble, he'd win it.
He could. He could. I mean, the men's Rumble could be stacked. So here's a fun one for you. So we've seen Tyson Fury on here already, and we know people will bet on people just in case. Okay. So
Where's this going?
Yeah, there's a person that they have at 100-1 odds with a 1% chance to win, but a whopping 5% of the bets are in on this person.
Who is it?
Conor McGregor.
I knew it.
I don't know why. It's just.
I will scream at the top of my lungs if that happens. I'd go crazy if he popped up in the Rumble.
So yeah, they have. I thought I wrote that one down too. I think I missed it. So it's insane. And actually, the funny thing is Conor McGregor is the 5th person on the list for people that have bets in on.
Wow.
So there's only 4 people above him with the bets, and that's literally Tyson, Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke, Tyson, Daniel Bryan, Shinsuke, and Big E, and Cena.
Dang, that's crazy that he's up there with those names.
So he's literally up there. He's tied with Cena right now at 5%, and that's just on
Wow.
bet. That, of course, that's betting odds. Okay, and you know, here all that. So, of course, my surprise entrance, of course, is mainly going to be John Cena and The Rock. Who do you have as surprise or returns?
So what I have for return is I have two people, but one of those people can be split up into three different people. But I'm gonna save him for last.
Okay, because I may have that same person. I think I do.
So the first return for me is Seth Rollins.
Okay, yeah, I think it's a given.
Yeah, yeah, with the Burn It Down theme.
I really hope.
Yes, I need the Burn It Down theme to come back, and I need it to come back now. And I think that now that the Monday Night Messiah has been, I guess solidified as a pretty cool thing that he did, if he came back as, Burn It Down Rollins, it'd be great.
And I agree. I think I honestly did not. I feel like his character would be suited better as the Burn It Down Rollins.
Yeah, 100%. The Monday
Um,
Night Messiah wasn't bad. He did his best with it, but
Again,
nothing
I think
beats
it was
that
poor writing.
face Rollins. Yeah. Hmm.
I mean, it literally ended up in a love triangle.
Yes.
And and,
Hated it.
and it, don't get me wrong, I like Murphy.
Yeah.
Okay, I like watching Murphy, but I hated I hated the eye for eye match.
Oh my God.
I hated a lot of the storyline. So
Yeah.
I'm really hoping, but I do think he is coming back. And I'm going to take a swing at your other return. Are you going to say Bray Wyatt?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
I'm going to say Bray Wyatt as the three faces of Bray.
so
But I think he would come out as the Eater of Worlds. And then I think he would come out as Firefly Funhouse Bray. And then I think he would come out as the Fiend. But I don't
so
think he's going to incorporate himself into the match at all to win it. Only to destroy Randy.
I don't think it'll be just Randy.
Oh,
You got to
you think
think there's other people that he hasn't went after yet.
that's true?
Okay.
That's really true.
And I think if he's going to do the three faces of Bray, I think he needs to come out as Firefly Funhouse first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Get the lesser of the evils
Out of the way.
out of the way. Okay. So you're thinking he's going to pull the Mick Foley.
Yes, I
Okay.
think he's going to pull the Mick Foley.
So and I actually like really enjoy this idea.
Mm-hmm.
And this may be one of these things where somebody's in the comments who will be like, dude, y'all, one of y'all should be writing this for them. Okay. So he could come out as Firefly Funhouse to set up a feud with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not Randy.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he comes out as Eater of the Worlds, sets the little seeds for something else, and then when Randy's out there, come out as the Fiend.
Yeah. So yeah, I like, and it's for me. If they decide to go this way, they could do it any way, however they want to, and I'd love it. I love what you just said. But for me, I would love to see Firefly Funhouse Bray come out and then get eliminated and be like super pouty about it and be like, oh man, I got eliminated. And then Randy hits the ring, and then that's when the Eater of Worlds comes out. And you almost have this face off where Bray never gets in the ring. And then maybe he just disappears. Because I think if the Fiend is going to be in the Rumble match, I think he's going to either come up from the ring and take Randy down with him, or he's just going to eliminate Randy and they're just going to fight their way out of the arena or something. Like, just
Basically,
imagine a big hole opening up in the ring and just fire shooting out of it, and he just sucks Randy down into it.
yeah, but then that would have to be super close to the end of the match.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Well, that's true.
you wouldn't want to destroy the ring, and I feel like doing that at the end of the match would take away from the winner.
Touche, Jeff.
So I do like the idea of him doing this, and I like him being pouty with Firefly
Yeah.
Funhouse. But I do think it should be with someone that could sow seeds for another feud.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of all the people from Bray's past that he hasn't really got to go there with yet. But
Well, there's
so
several.
many. Yeah, there's so many.
Like, we've seen Seth already. We didn't get much of Reigns. So
We
Reigns,
will, though.
but Reigns will probably still have the title, so he won't be in it.
No.
So it definitely has to sow the seeds.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I like the idea of maybe Cena being involved in some way.
I don't like that.
The reason I like it because I really loved the Firefly Funhouse match at Mania last year.
I mean, I did
I
too.
don't want to.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah, I don't want to see it again because if they did that, they'd probably put Cena over, and I think that'd be a mistake. But I would like the little homage to it, like Cena being like, "You beat me at Mania, I'm going to stay away from you."
So yeah, that was the returns. We've got the surprise. Do you have any bold predictions? Because I have one.
Well, I have a bold prediction, and I have a call up. I think an NXT guy might pop up in the Rumble.
All right, who's your call up? Well, the odds are there'll be more than one.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm pretty sure like Adam Cole. I think Adam Cole and all them are going to be in there.
Adam Cole definitely needs to be in it.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I feel like his talent needs to be more mainstream.
Yes, 100% agreed.
So
my call up, Damian Priest.
I like that.
Yeah, former NXT champion. He recently lost it. I think they'll probably throw him in the Rumble to see how he hangs in like a big setting. And he'll probably get like some pretty impressive eliminations. And then people will be like, hey, Damian Priest did a good job. I mean, I definitely don't think he's going to be like top 4 or win it or anything, but I think it would be a really good opportunity for him.
So
because he's one of those.
Are you thinking? Are you thinking he'll be another mid Carter once he gets up to the top?
Yeah, honestly, I think he'll be one of those people who like will probably come up for a bit and then maybe go back down to NXT.
I could see that. Another one is he was former TNA star. He wears the jeans, has the mustache, acts like a real creep. Real silent type.
I'm having a brain fart.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, he had the blindfold match or the hood match.
Oh my god. If you wouldn't have said anything, I would have known.
Yeah, no, I can't remember his name. Anyways, he would be another cool person for the Rumble because he's got the big stature. He will be able to eliminate some of the bigger guys.
Oh man, I almost remember his name from the Indies more than anything. But what about Finn? Do you think Finn's gonna pop up in the Rumble?
Not if he's still champion.
True.
Because you got to think the Royal Rumble winner can take the NXT title match. At Mania.
Yes,
so
that's true. Yeah.
He would not be.
I forgot about that.
But it would be cool to see an NXT star win it to take the NXT title at Mania.
Yes. Yeah, that's very true. Do you want to hear my big, crazy, shocking, bold prediction now?
You'll do it at 3 because we may have the same one.
Yeah, let's count down from 3 and say it at the same time.
3, 2, 1. CM Punk.
Marty Scurll.
Oh God!
Whoa!
Marty Scurll.
Whoa! Yeah, Marty Scurll, dude.
No.
Now here's the thing. Okay.
Oh God.
AEW wants absolutely nothing to do with Marty.
No.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. But do you really think WWE would put that on their name?
Honestly, there's a small part of me that feels like they would. Just so AEW never has an opportunity to do Villain Enterprises, or anything Bullet Club that's huge. That's like, I tried to think of the most boldest thing that I could think of, and I was like, Marty Scurll and his ignorant behind could pop up in the Rumble.
I think there's literally only one other person that, I mean, mine's bold, but I mean, yours is like, Jesus,
Yeah.
Marty.
Now, I want to state a disclaimer here that I don't want to see it, but I do think it could happen.
I mean, the thing is with the Rumble is you always have to expect the unexpected.
Exactly.
I just honestly cannot see WWE putting that on their name. I
No,
don't see
no
it.
way.
I don't
I
see it.
don't think. I would hope that they wouldn't.
What's that other wrestler that got pretty much got blacklisted?
Oh, there's been so many of them. They let go of Jack Gallagher
It
because of what
wasn't.
he did.
No, it wasn't him. He never made it to WWE. He was
Oh,
PWG, TNA, Ring of
Ryan,
Honor. Huh?
the guy with the dick gimmick.
Yes.
Yeah, Joey Ryan.
Yeah, Joey Ryan. I could see Joey Ryan before I could see Marty Scurll.
Honestly, that makes a lot of sense because Joey has been Joey's incident kind of falls in line with his weird freaking gimmick. Like, of course, this dude is inappropriate in real life. He has people grab his penis for a living. But like, I could see Joey before Marty. But
And
I don't
just
know.
because
I wanted to say something wild and crazy on here. Marty was what I grew up
Marty's
for.
was literally like his. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with what either of them did.
Oh no, not at all.
But if you're
100%.
going to go bold, those two would be your bold choices. I know
Yeah.
mine's probably more of like a far fetched wish.
Dude. Honestly, I think CM Punk. Like, I'm actually more on board with CM Punk coming back right now than I've been in a long time.
I am too. It's literally it would be the perfect time.
Yeah, something is going on behind closed doors that I don't think we know about with involving CM Punk.
Because I didn't think it before last year. I would have said never.
For Edge.
Okay, well, even for Edge. Okay,
Yeah.
I do think Edge will be in the Rumble,
Yeah, I agree.
but with CM Punk, when he had that deal with Fox,
Yes.
you could tell he was enjoying it.
Oh yeah, he was having a great time.
Okay, the promo sessions, the whole 9 yards, he was just enjoying it. Fox is done with that show. CM Punk has still been very adamant on Twitter and stuff like that, talking to other superstars and stuff like that. Of course, he was
Yes.
during the whole time, anyways.
Yeah.
But I feel like, just like with Tessa Blanchard, if you're wanting ratings,
Yeah.
what is the perfect way to do it?
And
he would literally be, you would have people tuning in every week
yeah, 100%.
afterwards just to see when he
Yeah.
comes back.
Just to see when he's going to pop up on television.
You would start gaining ratings again because a lot of people left WWE shortly after Punk did.
Yeah. And it was because a lot of people were upset,
And I feel like, yeah, he could win it, he could lose, it doesn't matter. If he's
It's CM Punk.
If he's in it,
Yeah.
it's going to elevate the match that much more.
Yeah, 100%.
And you're going to have people freaking out.
Yeah. You honestly make me wish that I would have said CM Punk instead of Marty Scurll.
When I reached out to you and asked you if you wanted to do this, I already had it in my head that that's my bold prediction. Just something tells me that this year would be the best year for Punk to return. He doesn't have many years left.
No, he doesn't.
But if he comes back this year, he would have 1 to 2 years as a main eventer.
Yeah.
And another year of helping put other talent over. 3 years max. He would still be young enough to enjoy the rest of his life, everything else. I think right now would be the perfect time. Give him.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Just give him his WrestleMania main event. It doesn't have to be this year. Do it next year.
Yeah,
That way you
Seth
can.
Rollins, please.
That
Thank you.
way, God, him and Seth Rollins all dream
Yeah,
match.
dream.
Like build up
So,
to it for next Mania.
oh yeah, 100%, and they could do it. Man, if CM Punk comes out at the Rumble, I'm going to like text you. I'm going to be like, dude, I, need to, I gotta buy you something. You deserve something. I might have one more though up my sleeve. One more crazy,
All right, let's hear one more.
crazy thing. Jay White from NJPW,
Okay.
because apparently he's doing this thing where he's saying that he's not going to sign a contract with New Japan. Yeah, I know, right?
Wait, but you also got to remember. See, here's the thing that we got to remember when we talk about New Japan wrestlers. Okay, New Japan is getting the American promotion.
Yes.
Okay, they're trying to put their fan base here. Okay, you have AEW
Mm-hmm.
and TNA already working together.
Yes.
They're already doing the seeds online for New Japan to come into it.
Oh,
So if he's
yes.
doing that, yeah, you also got to realize that, because that's why I don't want
If
to.
he,
That's why I didn't throw
yes,
any of those guys out there, because it's really hard to see what New Japan is going to do with the partnership that TNA and AEW has, which is fantastic.
yeah, I didn't even take that into consideration.
I don't
I
know. I don't
look at
know if
Jay
you've.
White
I
and
just
I
don't know.
see like,
I don't know if. I don't know if you've paid like complete attention to like how they're doing the storyline with TNA. But if you pay attention to like their social media accounts, they're having a lot of contact with Bullet Club members from New Japan.
oh yeah, like Tonga.
Yes.
He's very outspoken about things right now. You know what? That's something I didn't take into consideration. I let Jay White's pause here. Jay White's incredible body and hair just screams WWE superstar to me, and I think that just outweighed everything. I was like, what if he just popped up in the ring? But given it, you're right. It wouldn't make sense, because
No.
if AEW and New Japan are ever going to do anything in the States together,
He
Jay
would.
White has to stay with them.
Right.
Yeah.
And with Kenny there, it brokers the deal. Okay,
Oh yes.
so with the back to the male Royal Rumble, the men's Royal Rumble, your choice of winner.
This was so tough for me to come up with, because there's so many big stars right now that I just want to see like pushed, and there's like the fact that Daniel Bryan's back like really makes me want to choose Bryan, but like I feel like we need like a fresh Royal Rumble winner. Oh, I really 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 want to see Big E win it.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing: if he loses the Intercontinental Champion, okay, if he loses the Intercontinental Championship earlier in the night, he has a very good chance of winning it.
Yes.
Okay, and I think him and Reigns could put on a decent match.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
they could.
I didn't go that. I did go with a fresh winner, but
Hmm.
I want to put a disclaimer on my choice.
Okay.
AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Okay, and my disclaimer here: this will only happen if he is not getting his match at WrestleMania with Triple H.
Oh yeah.
Because he really wants a match at WrestleMania with Triple H. Here's the thing: AJ Styles is also only signed what, a 4-year contract?
Yeah.
Okay, 4-year deal. After that, he's done. He has already said he is retiring. At the end of the contract, at the end of his contract, he is retiring.
And AJ hasn't won a Rumble, obviously.
Right. So it either have to be this one or next one for
Yeah,
him.
I agree. I like AJ would honestly probably be really, really more of a choice for me than honestly Big E.
So other than that, if AJ Styles does not win it and The Rock enters it, The Rock will win it to face Roman Reigns at Mania.
I like that a lot, to be
That
completely honest.
that's my whole disclaimer with that. AJ Styles or The Rock, depending on which way they're going for Mania.
Yeah, I'd like to see AJ Styles win a Rumble before he retires. I mean, there's just so much. I feel like he's done a lot in his career since coming to the WWE, but in my opinion, he doesn't have long left. At some point, he's going to hang up the boots, and seeing him win a Rumble before he does that, it has to happen. And this year could be the year for that. I almost like that better than my Big E choice.
Like,
my second choice after Big E was Keith Lee. So
Keith Lee would be good, but from the rumors right now is his push has ended for now.
yeah.
Okay. And I do think they're eventually going to push him to the top. I don't know which championship he'll get, but he'll get one or the other.
Yeah. I would love to see AJ Styles versus Drew McIntyre on like a really, really big scale.
And I think Mania would, I mean, honestly, it would be draw power.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, if you're not going to give us The Rock and Reigns to bring in money, give us draw power and the easy chance of a 5-star match in AJ Styles and McIntyre.
Yeah, 100%.
And
They would
actually,
tear the house down.
And honestly, if it happens, I'll be happy. I just hope that we don't get a lame winner.
Yeah, I worry that like they'll give us something ridiculous, but I don't know. This is the weirdest Royal Rumble to think about because this is our first Rumble in this setting.
Yeah.
I've been seeing things online, people talking about like there's a potential that people might be there. How do you feel about that?
Well, as of right now, they have announced that there will be no people at Mania. Or
Okay.
not Mania, at the Rumble. They have pushed Mania back.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I think it was 2 weeks they pushed it back in order to have people at Mania. So as of right now, Mania will be the first event with people back. Major event. They may do Raw or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's smart. The Thunderdome is awesome. I love the way it looks. I think it's cool. I think the only problem I have with it is like the piped in audience noises. But, I'm not
I just don't
surprised that they're doing
understand.
that.
Okay, because we know that AEW has fans already.
Yes.
Why isn't WWE doing that?
Yeah, I don't really
I
know. I
don't
don't understand it
understand it.
either.
Because didn't even TNA at Hard to Kill have people?
Yeah, they did.
So the last one left is WWE?
Yeah, I think honestly it's probably because the Thunderdome was probably like $9 million. So they probably want to use it before they just toss it in the back of the trailer and never use it again.
Thing is, though, is they could still use it.
Uh, well, they could split it up, do like some screens here, some people, some
Yeah.
screens
I mean,
here, some
since you're
people.
only limited 50% anyways, why not do that?
Yeah, that's true.
Open it up a little bit, let some people in.
Yeah.
I mean, that in all honesty, it would work out for them.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts?
I mean, I guess my big final thought is two things. Number one, I really want to see the three faces of Wyatt in the Royal Rumble. And number two, I really hope that I'm wrong about Marty Scurll.
And here's me hoping that we get CM Punk back this year. If not,
Yes. It's clobbering time.
yes. So Royal Rumble, just a week away, guys.
1 week.
1 week.
Yeah.
We are 1
Wait, is
week.
it 1 week?
1 week from Sunday.
Oh my gosh, it is.
1 week from Sunday, and we were at the Royal Rumble. We are officially on the way to Road to WrestleMania. One more pay-per-view in between this. Guys, down below in the comments, make sure you tell us who you think is going to be the winner of the Royal Rumble. Give us your bold predictions. Other than that, thank you, nerds, for joining us at True Nerdgasm. Bobby the Bearded Kid, I'm going to put your links in the description so everybody can find you.
Thank you so much.
I really hope everybody enjoyed this video. Please like this video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I do giveaways. Yeah, I think the last giveaway, the card was valued that I did at $150.
Oh heck, look
Yeah.
at that.
So I do
Nice.
I do try to do some cool giveaways. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining us. And until next time, keep on being nerdy. I'm going to take it in to our closing end title here. Guys, thank you again.
Renderforest.com. Renderforest.com.
Hey guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Thank you and enjoy.